So yesterday we saw some individual lessons that we can learn from Mahabharata. Today we will see some management lessons we can learn about leadership, teamwork, etc. There are two very nice verses which describe Mahabharata, which describe Pandavas and Kauravas. So the Kaurava tree, their depiction is of a tree. So the Kaurava tree, Duryodhana is like the tree of anger. Karna is the stem, Shakuni is the branches, Dushasana is the fruit and flowers, and Dhritarashtra is at the root. The roots nourish the whole tree, right? And Dhritarashtra, the old blind king, is the roots. Just imagine, he is sitting there in Hastinapur, blind person, doing nothing. But he is the main cause of the whole war. One great master, he said that actually the war of Mahabharata was not just between Pandavas and Kauravas. The war was between Dhritarashtra and Krishna. Both of them actually didn't take part actively. But both of them are the, Dhritarashtra is the cause and here Krishna is the strategist. Can you guess for Pandava tree, what is the depiction of, what is the, like it is a tree of anger for Kauravas. What is the tree for Pandavas? Tree of Dharma, okay. And who is the stem? Yudhishthir, okay. Branches? Stem is Bhim. Branches are? Fruits and flowers? Everything Arjun. Nakul and Sahadev. And root? So I gave it already. Okay, so it's the tree of Dharma. Arjun is the stem. Bhim is the branches. Nakul and Sahadev are the fruits and flowers. And Krishna, Vedas and the learned people are the roots. Dharma, no? Dharmaraj is like the tree of Dharma. In Kauravas, the Kauravas are, the Dushasana is the, Duryodhana is the tree of anger, no? Like that. Here it is Yudhishthira is Dharmaraj. Anyway, this is just a symbolic depiction to say that as the roots are, so will be the whole tree. As the seed is, so will be the whole tree and the roots will nourish ultimately the whole tree. Now, was Mahabharata, first day we discussed, I want to come back after you have known the story, we should start that discussion again. So is Mahabharata a war for kingdom? Why is it not a war for kingdom?
Because they can easily take it over.
Was it for Draupadi? So then it is a war for revenge. Is it any of these? It's an act of revenge. Somebody wanted to say something there. It is a family feud. If it is a family feud, only 5 versus 100 should have fought, no? So many kings fought. Is it a national war? Entire nation involved? Only the allies of Pandavas and Kauravas are involved. Down south, they don't have allies, they will not fight. Is it an act of revenge? Why is it not an act of revenge? Why is it not a war for kingdom? He said it's an act of revenge. They were insulted, so it's an act of revenge. Pandavas were wanting peace at any cost, including even surrendering their kingdom and saying that it's okay, 5 villages you give us, that's enough. We don't want war. They didn't want to take revenge. What does that go to show? Forgiveness is a very, very, very important quality. Just imagine 40 lakh people, only 10-11 people survived. And what was the main reason? The reason was Duryodhana's insistence, Dhritarashtra's insecurity, all that. So, forgiveness, Pandavas, after going through what they went through, still for the sake of the larger good, they were able to put aside their individual insult, exploitation, what happened. They said it's okay, peace is most important, including Krishna, by the way. In a place called Upaplavya, they all had met together to do the planning. Krishna also said, peace is most important. And we should make an offer to them, give us the kingdom. And if they don't give us the kingdom, we can even adjust for less. Yudhishthira had said that and Krishna supported that. So peace is given a lot of importance. Because any growth and development can happen only in peace. Not in war, not in constant agitation, terrorism, fighting. You cannot grow. So they were ready to sacrifice. So it is not a war for property, it was not a family feud. It is not a war act of revenge, because even when the war was fought finally, what does Krishna tell Arjun? Don't fight for personal reasons. Because he got personal, he got confused. Suddenly he started seeing what? My teacher, my grandfather, my uncle, my relatives. He's supposed to see whom? He's supposed to see only soldiers. These are soldiers who have come to fight. So that is called confusion in the roles. So two things we should remember. Our sense of identity and our sense of purpose. These are two very important aspects. If my sense of identity changes, my sense of purpose also will change. Arjun's identity, as long as it was that I am a soldier, he fought the war. He was ready to fight the war, very confident. And single-handedly he has defeated Kauravas earlier also. But in the Mahabharata war, when he came and he told Krishna, place the chariot between the two armies, what happened to him? His sense of identity shifted. From a soldier, his identity became, I am a student, I am a grandson, I am a father, I am a uncle. When that identity changed for him, the purpose also changed. Instead of protecting dharma, what happened to him? His purpose became, I don't want to kill them, I have to save them. In our life also, sense of identity, sense of purpose. As long as I hold an identity, I am a student, I am here to study, I am here to gain knowledge, my purpose will be to attain knowledge. I am a leader, my purpose will be to get the target that I have been given, or whatever vision I have, I want to materialize. But if that sense of identity changes, and I start looking myself as a, suppose from a student, the mindset changes to, typically when you go to college, what is the mindset? Bunk, sit in the canteen, go to movies, sit in the bike stand, ride the people. By itself, any of these you do, there is not a big issue. I am not supporting ragging, but I am just saying, by itself, any of these are not an issue. But if the mindset is only that, sometimes that becomes a mindset, no? People who are regularly going there for the purpose for which they came, what are they called? Nerd. Bookworm. But they are the people who are fulfilling, no? For the purpose for which they came. So if my identity changes to, I am a happy-go lucky man, I am a free bird, I can do what I want. So identity changed from a student to free bird. Then purpose also changes. Knowledge doesn't become the purpose, enjoyment becomes the purpose. In life, always we should remember that. Sense of identity and sense of purpose. What is my identity right now? You are here in the camp, what is your identity right now? Student, camper. So what is your purpose? Okay, to learn, to gain knowledge. Suppose when you are broken down into teams, then what is your identity? Either a team member or a team leader. Then what is the purpose? Participate well, win the game, get maximum cards, whatever. Farewell. For a leader, it has to be also to keep the team together. All that will become the purpose. So, in Arjun's case, when his identity changed and he got deluded, whole Gita was given and his identity came back. That yes, I am a soldier. Bhagavan tells him, fight, and you may even have to kill the opponent, but don't hold any grudge against them. Forgive them from inside and fight outside. That is one of the most unique lessons of the Gita. You fight because as a soldier it is your duty to protect dharma, so you fight. But you don't hold any grudge against these individuals. Don't build any raga and dvesh. You fight not out of hatred. You fight not out of animosity. You fight because it's your duty to protect. No other scripture gives this kind of clarity. Either you forgive and you sit back, or you hold a grudge and keep suffering. Forgive inside and fight outside is a very unique aspect. So this war is not an act of revenge because they have already forgiven. Was it a war to protect righteousness then?
Yes.
It is a war to protect righteousness because the Kshatriya dharma is to protect righteousness. And if they don't protect righteousness, then it becomes adharma. Now, what would you say are the causes for Mahabharata war?
Krishna's vow.
Okay, Bhishma's vow
Ignorance.
is not a cause of Mahabharata war. It's not the cause of Mahabharata war. It is a cause of a lot of confusion, but war did not happen because of Bhishma's vow. Attachment, Duryodhana's greed, Draupadi disrobing. You had something to say? Same. Denial of 5 villages, game of dice, neglecting Duryodhana's childhood. No. He was given. No, not neglect. Yeah, I mean, you can say they are actually over pampering him. His mistakes, though, they didn't correct him.
Could it be a war of revenge for Duryodhana because he wanted to seek revenge for the insult that he had in the class?
What insult did he have? You just tell
No,
me.
when Draupadi laughed, which is why he wanted to, that time he like.
Ha, correct. So that could be, but we will see. It is that he did say that yes, you will have to pay for this. He did feel that. So some of the causes are this, Draupadi laughs at Duryodhana in that Maya's palace, game of dice, Draupadi's insult, Duryodhana attempt to insult and kill Pandavas in exile, Krishna's peace mission fails. Some people even blame Krishna for war, saying that if Krishna had not given the Gita, war would not have happened. Arjuna was ready to go, and then if Arjuna went away, Pandavas would not fight. So Krishna is the cause for war. The most blamed character in entire Mahabharata is Krishna Bhagavan. You think if Krishna, Arjuna had gone away, Mahabharata war would not have happened? Why Adharma would have won? Did they win because of Arjuna? No, he played a large part, there is no doubt. But they won because of whom? They won because of Krishna, they won because of Dharma, or they were on the side of Dharma, and because they were united. We'll see the causes when we come to it. In fact, Krishna tells Arjuna, when he shows his Vishwarup to Arjuna in the battlefield, Arjuna sees all these warriors going into the mouth of Krishna. Best part is Duryodhana, Dushasan, Dhritarashtra, everybody saw that Vishwaroop in the palace when Bhagwan showed, and they saw themselves getting beaten badly. They saw themselves getting routed fully. They literally saw all the Kaurava warriors going into the mouth of Krishna as, because the form is like that. His time which is devouring everything. And still the delusion is so strong that they went ahead and fought the war. Just look at the way karma works. They saw it already. Still the guys are so deluded they just can't change. That's how the power of delusion and Maya is. So Krishna, when he showed that to Arjun, the very nice slok there, he says that Rite pitvam na bhavanti sarve. Even without you, Arjun, these people will not be there. Because their own karma has destined that they will die. So if you don't kill, somebody else will kill them. Rite pitvam na bhavanti sarve. Even without you, these people won't live. Nimitta matram bhava. You be only an instrument. So if anybody thinks that without me something will not happen, that is absolute foolishness. We play our part, there is no doubt. But what is happening according to total karma, it will happen only. It is like saying that without us the whole world will not run. One of my favorite stories is this old woman, she is living in a village and she has a rooster. And this rooster, all of you know, early morning when the sun rises, the rooster will crow. Right? And there was one rooster in that village. And every morning this rooster will crow and then everybody gets up and then they start doing their work. One day this old lady picked up a fight with somebody in the village, terrible fight. And she got very angry. She went into her house, picked up everything and finally took her rooster and she left the village. And before she left the village, she told all the villagers that I am going now. You fought with me. You don't deserve my presence here. I am just going and I am taking my rooster also with me and going. Let us see how sun rises now. That is her thinking. Her thinking is the sun is rising because the rooster of hers is crowing. How foolish is that? That is how foolish is our sense of doership, that if I don't do something, something won't happen. Individually, it may be applicable from my karma standpoint, but collectively, from the total karma standpoint, it is not true. So, Krishna's teaching to Arjun did not inspire Arjun to fight, and the Mahabharata war is the result of that. That is just Arjun got back to his sense of duty, that's all. So what are the main causes of Mahabharata war? These are not the main causes, actually speaking. Those are incidents what you saw. The main cause is, first and foremost, emotion and attachment overpowering rationality. That is the first cause. In entire Mahabharata you will see that. Dhritarashtra, emotionally overwhelming. Karna, emotion is overwhelming. Bhishma, emotion is overwhelming. You see one by one these characters, emotion will overwhelm their thinking, rationality, logic, righteousness. Arjun also got overpowered like that. Luckily Krishna got him back to rationality. Otherwise what was his thinking? He said it is better to go into the forest and beg alms than to live here. I have to fight my own people and kill my own people. He in fact tells Krishna that I am doubting whether I should even fight them or it is better that they kill me. This is the way delusion happens. When emotions overpower us, it is better they kill me. What will I get by killing them? Nihatya dharta rashtra kapritisya janardana. He said, if I kill them, what will I get? Better they kill me. This is how the emotion becomes. Completely it will capsize the clarity. Vision of oneness is lost. Pandavas and Kauravas, they belong to which family? Kuru dynasty, one family. But these Pandavas and Kauravas, this division is created by whom? Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra creates that division. He is supposed to be actually taking care of the Pandavas when Pandu's children die. When Pandu dies. But he creates a psychological barrier. My children and Pandu's children. He expresses that in the first verse of the Gita also. Mamakaha Pandavas Chaiva Kima Kurvata Sanjaya. My children and Pandu's children, what did they do? So the division happens. Wherever there is a division that happens, then vision of oneness is gone. There will be conflict, agitation, fights. This division is what? Psychological division. Functional division has to be there. Wherever we feel, suppose we feel the whole country is one, will there be divisions? Today do we feel the country is one? Each state is fighting for itself. Maharashtra for itself, Tamil Nadu for itself, Kashmir, so we have already lost so much of that. Northeast, the feeling that we are one country is not there. Then there will be obviously divisions, smaller division. So there are three equations you should write down. Action minus vision equal to division. Action minus vision equal to division. If we act without any higher vision, we will only create division. In a company also, if the vision of the company is not there, then what happens? Each department tries to fight for its own self-importance. In that also, each individual will try to fight for their own self-importance. So first equation is action minus vision is equal to division. Second equation is vision minus action is equal to imagination. You have big vision. We will do this, we will do that. ऐसा होना चाहिए, वैसा होना चाहिए. What is the ground reality? Zero. 60 years they spoke about poverty हटाएंगे. What poverty हटाएंगे? Vision minus action is equal to imagination. First equation is action minus vision equal to division. Second equation, vision minus action equal to imagination. Third equation, vision plus action is equal to transformation. If there is a higher vision and then you act upon it, then transformation happens. Dhritarashtra did not have the higher vision. He acted without that. He created division. Whole kingdom belonged to Pandavas actually. But he created division in the land also. Hastinapur and Indraprastha. He created division psychologically also. Pandavas and Kauravas. When vision plus action happens together, Yudhishthira had that vision. That righteousness is most important. No compromise is allowed in that. So then what happens? Vision comes together with action. Transformation happens. Righteousness gets established. So vision of oneness is very crucial. Get me the audio to you. Gurudev here in this video gives a very nice example of our own body and how if there is a vision of oneness and how we are able to forgive.
Can do, the ears cannot do. What the nose can do, the tongue cannot do. They have a different function. What the hands can do, the leg can never do. Within me, myself, there are so many different shapes, forms, purposes, or functions. And yet, am I not one? From the tip of the toe to the top of my crown, am I not one? How do you feel that is oneness? The hand is not the leg, the leg is not the thumb is not the nose, and yet I say is one. How? I pervade every cell in me. You may be 250 pounds, 6 footer with 60 chest, And if I bring a pin and say that for what you have done, we have decided that the pin must be put in, you choose, because democracy, you choose where it should be put. Right? In that huge body, this little pin, you cannot choose any place. You choose every place and say, no, 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 no. Until at last you say, if you must put the pin, why not try it on my neighbor? Why? Because every cell you love equally. Because you know that it is me. Within your body you have got the feeling. In your body also, it is very often happens that your own finger goes to your own eyes. Has it not happened to you? Have you not beaten your own tongue? Even if you are the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, sense of justice, will you say that this finger unnecessarily went and hit the eyes? The eyes was always serving the finger whenever it was doing any work. It's unprovoked aggression. Like Sardar, let us go and chop off the finger as an example for the entire body politic that there must be discipline in the body. Will you say that? When it is your own finger that goes to your eye, immediately all the 5 fingers together as a community goes to the eyes and starts rubbing it, and then silently saying, I am sorry, I never meant it. Isn't it? The eyes though watering, it is red, but we cannot even open the eyes. But I open the eyes and look at the finger and silently say, I know it, and I forgive my finger, isn't it? Supposing it is the finger of the man who is sitting next to you came in your eyes. Your sense of justice is cut his finger off. Let him learn how to. Why? He is something different from me. My friends, when you start really analyzing it, the whole world is your body. Just as every cell in you is so sacred, every living being in the outer world, every mineral piece in the world outside is a part of you. It is not anything other than you. With this understanding when comes a sense of goodwill towards all living beings, that they are not separate from me. Service then becomes not just service before self or after self. It will be service as when my, let us say, calf muscle is scratching. My hand goes and scratches. Does the hand ever say, leg, if you are scratching, you scratch. Why should I do it? What will you give me for scratching? No, I run there and do it, isn't it? Why? The joy of that is the joy of the whole body. It is not only the leg, but in the hand also. The comfort comes to the hand also. In the same way, wherever there is sorrow that I see, I run there and try to remove and wipe off as much as possible the tears of others, not because they are others, but they are my own sorrow. If this universal vision has come, and this is what Vedanta asks you, all the devotees are seeing Ram everywhere, meaning that one reality everywhere. Once you see that, the sense of plurality goes away. These distinctions at national level or communal level or even individual level was all wiped out into one divine presence. With this unfoldment in yourself, you shall find that the world is preserved. Even now the world is not destroyed. Only you create a destruction for yourself in the world. That's all. You make a hell of this world, but the world is being there. If you stop doing this mischief, the world will reorganize itself. Learn to serve others without selfishness.
Such a beautiful example, no, of our own body. Though each part is so different, the whole vision is I am this. But the same vision we don't extend to the whole world. That entire world actually is our body. So what happens to us? We distinguish. If Dhritarashtra had that vision that this whole thing, they are all my own family, the war would not have happened. So vision of oneness, when it goes, this is what happens, that a person loses that identification. Then there will be division, there will be fights. Then this adharma dominates, and the destruction of the adharmis was the main cause. And why this war had to happen? Imagine the strategy also. Bhagwan has to establish dharma. If he has to go to individual kings and destroy each of them, so much more effort. Their own karma is such that they all will come together in one place, destroy all of them. Finished. Then, as you said earlier, Dhritarashtra's insecurity and attachment to his own son. That he has so much of prejudice, and he just cannot say no to Duryodhana, he cannot displease Duryodhana. That attachment destroyed Duryodhana. Duryodhana's inferiority, jealousy and greed. So Duryodhana grew up with a lot of inferiority. And from where did that inferiority come? From Dhritarashtra. How a parent influences the child is very subtly seen here. What the parent feels himself or herself will definitely affect the child. Dhritarashtra felt always low because he was born blind, he couldn't become the king. But even after he became the king, his inferiority didn't go. His insecurity didn't go. That transferred on to Duryodhana. And then there was Shakuni, who was constantly there to feed that insecurity. And of course Shakuni's plan to take revenge. Bhishma and Drona's weakness of loyalty. If Bhishma and Drona were not supporting and Karna was not supporting, Duryodhana would not have even fought the war. These are some of the main causes for this war to happen. Why did the Pandavas win and the Kauravas lose the Mahabharata war? Even though logistically Pandavas had much lesser army. So Pandavas were side of Dharma and Krishna was with them. What is the difference in motivation for such people? Number wise, Kauravas are more. You know, one nice verse in the Gita says, Aparyaptam tadasmakam balam bhishma bhirakshitam. Paryaptam tidam etesham balam bhima bhirakshitam. Duryodhana says to Drona, Aparyaptam, our enemy is much vast, much more bigger, but insufficient to win over these Pandavas. But their army is much smaller than ours, but yet it is sufficient. What is the difference? Number wise they are more, no? Just following dharma gives them what advantage? Pandavas. Should the Pandavas and their army not be scared actually that they are outnumbered? From where did their strength come? So when you do righteous things, from inside you are very strong. Unrighteousness breaks up a person. Disintegration happens because you know what is right and you are doing something wrong. That is called split disintegration. A person who knows what is right, speaks what is right, does what is right is an integrated person. That person is called as a yogi. That person will not waste any energies. And wherever that person puts the energies, person will be successful. And will be happy also because no adharma is being done. So to the extent I am adharmic, to that extent I am disintegrated, to that extent I am scared, I have insecurity, I have fear. Pandavas had absolutely no fear because they have not done anything wrong and they are not waging the war for any personal gains. So they did not even have a guilt at the end of the war that so many people died because they tried their best to avoid the war. So even though they were less in number, the moral strength, the ethical uprightiousness was very strong in them, and that is very crucial. Today's age, we don't give importance to that. We want to just achieve the target somehow, do something, cutthroat competition, corruption. But then we see stress, worry, anxiety, all that kind of things happen. And fear all the time. All the time you have to keep the people pleased, otherwise your secrets will be out. So many problems happen like that. The inner strength, courage, fearlessness is not there. So I am going to give a few reasons in management that how Pandavas actually won the war because of certain things which they did. These are nice lessons in leadership. So first one is the motivation. The motivation for Kauravas to fight the war was greed. This is what Duryodhana says. Without war, we'll concede not a needle prick of earth. So the entire war is actually a self-inflicted war by the Kauravas on themselves. If they had given away what belonged to Pandavas, war wouldn't happen. If they were given away even 5 villages, war wouldn't happen. But greed. So Duryodhana was focused on the war. He wanted to eliminate the Pandavas. So it was his moment of truth and he had taken up the kingdom. By any means, fair or foul, he had got the kingdom which he believed was rightfully his. It is again his assumption. And he was in no mood to give up. So the fighting was happening from the Kaurava side because of greed. And what was the motivation for the Pandavas? Dharma. There's a big difference in greed and dharma. When you have on the dharmic side, you have a righteous cause to fight for. You are not fighting for an individual greed. You are fighting for a higher purpose. So Yudhishthira actually says to Dhritarashtra, we fight over a kingdom as dogs over a piece of meat. Are we dogs? We should be humans. We should be living to the dignity of human beings. So the Pandavas, even though they have been humiliated, their wife was insulted, the kingdom was taken, but still they wanted to avoid the war. They gave peace the maximum importance. They were against the war and they went as far as making an offer saying, give us just 5 villages, we don't want anything else. So their main motivation is a non-personal motivation and inspiring higher ideal. Second aspect is, some of the other reasons why the Kauravas lost is, one is the adharma of the Kauravas, second is the dharma of the Pandavas. They were so righteous that by itself that righteousness gives tremendous level of strength. It is not the skills, it is not the quantity, the number of people. As you saw, in the Kaurava army, the warriors had unfair advantages. Bhishma cannot be killed, Drona is invincible, Jayadratha's head, if it falls somewhere, that fellow will die. He killed him. Every warrior had unfair advantage. And yet Pandavas won. Why? Because truly speaking, Dharma protects us and the Lord protects us when we walk the path of Dharma. There's a very nice line we should remember. Dharmo rakshati rakshitaha. One who protects Dharma, Dharma protects that person. Because Dharma is not different from the Lord. Don't think Dharma is only religion. That is very loose translation of the word Dharma. 4 aspects constitute Dharma. Literally the meaning of the word Dharma is that which binds, integrates. We should note this down very clearly. What binds us and integrates us is, in this whole world, what is that one thing which binds everybody? Loudly. said an answer. What binds everybody is love. Irrespective of caste, creed, community, gender, species, everything. Love is the highest. So that which binds is that which is based on love. Even in Pandavas and Kauravas, what should have bound them is that sense of love. Dhritarashtra should have had that love for all. So first meaning of dharma is love. How will love come? Love comes when there is identification. A mother loves the child because the mother identifies with the child, that I and the child are one. This is my child. How does a patriot love the country? This is my country. So there is sense of identification. Greater is the sense of identification, greater is the love. So second meaning of dharma is the vision of oneness or identification. Where there is this oneness, identification, that's actually the definition of love. Identification with the beloved is called love. Where the two become one, the difference is not there, only love remains. So one meaning of dharma is love, second meaning of dharma is the vision of oneness. When I love somebody, when I identify with somebody, will I not do my duties towards them? If I love my country, will I not do all my duties as a citizen? I definitely will do. So the third meaning of dharma is duties. If I love my parents, I will do my duties towards them. If I love myself, I will do duties towards myself also. Take care of the body, eat well, sleep well, exercise well, all that. Fourth meaning of dharma is, when I love somebody, I do the duties. I also wish well for them. So I will follow values. I will be honest to them. I will be compassionate. I will be kind. I will be sacrificing. All the values. So the universal values also are called dharma. So in general, what people think the word dharma is religion or duty or values. That's a very limited understanding of dharma. Mainly dharma is that which unites, which integrates, and love and identification are the main definitions of dharma. Pandavas were strong in all the four aspects. Were Pandavas loving or not? Did they have a vision of oneness or not?
Yes.
Were they doing their duties or not?
Yes.
Did they follow values or not? When we say dharma declines, what actually declines? Love declines. Oneness declines. And as a result of that, duties decline, values decline. When oneness declines, what will increase? Selfishness will increase. Dhritarashtra forgot the vision of oneness, so what happened? Selfishness started. My children, Pandu's children. Now fights will start. I and mine will start the moment oneness goes away. So when we say that dharma is declining, selfishness is increasing, oneness is going down. So if you want to revive dharma, what you have to do? Increase the sense of oneness, increase the sense of love. You cannot revive dharma by holding a stick and saying, you better follow values, these are the commandments and you shall follow this. It will not work. If people don't have oneness and vision of love, they will not follow. But if you increase their sense of vision and oneness and love, automatically they will follow everything. Duties also they will do, values also they will follow. So this is very crucial. Pandavas were very strong in their dharma, and these four things which they followed, that really protected them. Surrender of the Pandavas to Krishna and his strategy. Do you agree? Pandavas actually could have been very independent as though. Why did they choose Krishna when he is not even taking up arms? And even after taking up that oath that I will not lift weapons. They made Krishna the charioteer. And the advice of a charioteer they are listening. That shows their humility and their acceptance that Bhagwan is the supreme. And Krishna also, what a role he plays as a charioteer, you should see. You know, everybody sleeps in the night, but the Lord of the universe is doing what? He is giving bath to the horses. He is removing their arrows. He is applying medicine. He is massaging the feet of the horses. This is the Lord of the universe, who has no qualms in becoming a charioteer. He never said that, Arjun, what do you think? I will be a charioteer. You don't have a better role to give me. I will be a management consultant, sitting in the tent in AC, and I shall give you advice. If you want to follow, you follow. And for each advice I give, you pay this much consultancy fee. Nothing, no ego, nothing. Krishna was told by Arjun, can you please be my charioteer? He says, okay. And what a role he plays as a charioteer. He takes care of the horses. He takes care of his master. Imagine Krishna not being there as a charioteer. Arjun gets deluded. What will he do? Any other charioteer would have said, okay, you want to go to forest, let us go. Together we will have a great time. Gone. Krishna stays there, gets him out of the delusion. And also Krishna protects him how many times? Bhishma's arrow would have finished Arjun. Krishna protects him. So many aspects, Surrender of the Pandavas to Krishna is such an important step. From management standpoint, if you see, the decision of Arjun to take Shri Krishna is a foolish decision, right? When you have only 7 Akshauhinis and the Pandavas, Kauravas have 10 Akshauhinis, and you go for seeking the support of Krishna, and you are given a choice that on one hand is this leader who will not lift a weapon, on the other hand is his resources, his army. What will you choose from management standpoint? You should choose the army, no? But from management standpoint, when he thought about it, if we think to get quantity, Duryodhana got the army, but did he win? At that point when Arjun took a decision that Krishna should be with us, it looks a very foolish decision. And Duryodhana is so happy, yay, I got the army. What did one Akshauhini do for him? And what did Krishna do for Pandavas? See the difference. Surrender is a very, very powerful weapon. We may think that that's a foolish decision, but it is not. Arjun did a very wise thing by choosing Krishna. And how surrender plays such a big role.
Duryodhana had chosen Krishna during that. Would Krishna have chosen Adharma over Dharma?
Would Krishna have chosen Adharma over Dharma? That's a question which has answer which is no. It's not a question of Krishna choosing here. It's a question of Krishna putting a choice and whoever chooses going to their side. So the question cannot be would Krishna choose Adharma? Krishna would not choose Adharma. Adharma if has chosen Krishna, Krishna may have gone to their side but may not have supported, may not have given strategies. On the contrary, he may have done the opposite things. Be inside their team and destroy them. But the point there is, their own adharma will not allow them to choose Krishna. War itself would not have happened if they heard what Krishna said, no? So suppose Duryodhana was given the choice between Krishna and the army. Duryodhana would not have chosen Krishna. 1. 2. If Arjuna had chosen the army, Duryodhana would not know how to use Krishna. You know what he would have done? He would have told Krishna, No, not unfair. He would have just told Krishna that, okay, you be somewhere, fight a war, take care of my cows. Because he never respected Krishna as a king. For him it was a cowherd and this. He didn't have that much of respect only for Krishna. But because Krishna and Narayana is Sena, he went to Krishna. Otherwise, you think he would have gone to Krishna to seek his support? Impossible. That wouldn't have happened. So Duryodhana would not even have known how to utilize Krishna. Pandavas, because of their dharma, they were able to recognize that he is Bhagwan. Duryodhana, even after knowing that he is Bhagwan, he is not able to follow the advice of Bhagwan. Even after Bhagwan showing him Vishwarup, he is not able to follow. So what would he have done even if Krishna went to his side? Underutilization of the potential of Krishna would happen there. That's management way. They would not use that resource at all. Most of the warriors and allies fought because of Bhishma and Drona and not because they believed in the cause of Duryodhana. Some people fought because they had political alliance with the Kauravas, but majority fought because of Drona and Bhishma. They have high regard for both of them. Disintegration in Bhishma, Drona and Karna, that we saw, that is one of the main causes. And definitely they did not recognize the glory of Krishna. Not only they didn't recognize, they tried to capture Krishna. These are two main causes for adharma happening, which I said yesterday. Draupadi's disrobing and capturing of Krishna. So when dharma and Ishvara are not respected in a place, in that place there will be war, there will be fights that will happen. Now you see some more other reasons. In both the armies, both the sides, you see the way they prepare themselves, the things that they do. In Kaurava side, when they were in exile, Pandavas, Duryodhana did Rajsuya Yajna, Karna went around winning some more kingdoms. But most of their time went in trying to find out what Pandavas are doing, how to destroy the Pandavas in the forest. They did not strengthen their strengths. They were focused on pulling down the competitor, not in increasing their strength. And what did Pandavas do? They transformed their weaknesses into strengths and they strengthened their strengths. Arjun set out on a mission to acquire divine weapons, that is strengthening the strength. Bhim meets Hanuman and gets a blessing of enhanced strength. Yudhishthir, he was not very expert in game of dice, that was his weakness. He turned that into his own strength. So like that you find in preparation, one is focused on themselves and making themselves strong, overcoming their weaknesses. Other is focused on pulling the other person down. That's a big difference. In team spirit, in Kauravas, absolutely no team spirit. Bhishma is fighting for his vow. Drona and Kripacharya, they have allegiance to the throne. Shalya cheated Duryodhana. Karna wanted to prove his mantle against Arjun. There is no unity in them that we are fighting for one cause because there is no cause. Just the land and greed is not going to inspire people. And best part is they didn't get along well with each other. Bhishma and Karna, they had fights between themselves. Bhishma and Shakuni didn't like each other. Karna and Shakuni doesn't like each other. Karna and Shalya don't like each other. Shalya and Bhishma don't like each other. So much of infighting within themselves. How will they fight as a team? From a leader standpoint, that is a very weak team that they have. Duryodhana is a very, very bad leader in that sense. That he did not do any efforts to integrate any of them. And how will he do any efforts to integrate? Because each of them, somewhere some adharma is there. So the other person who is righteous is not supporting the adharmic guy. So you just see adharma destroyed them inside before adharma could destroy them from outside. Their own adharma led to infighting. They couldn't stand as one team. Pandavas, they have one team, one goal. And what is their goal? Protect dharma. That's it. They have huge respect for Krishna and Yudhishthir. Even if they don't agree, they will still obey because they know it is right. Dhritarashtra, if he says something, not everybody will obey. Duryodhana, if they say something, not everybody will obey. But if Yudhishthir says something, even if Bhima and Duryodhana, Bhima and Arjun don't agree, they will follow. Like Yudhishthir told them, go and rescue Duryodhana and bring him. They don't agree, but they still obey. Why? Because that's the right thing to do. That's the power of dharma. In Kaurava's side, there were individual motives. Except for Duryodhana, nobody wanted war. So actually they didn't even fight with full strength. Bhishma, he won't kill the Pandavas. He will give thousands of soldiers every day, but he won't kill Pandavas. Dronacharya, again he won't kill Pandavas. He will only capture them. Shalya, he loved Pandavas, but he was strict to be on the side of Kauravas. So he kept on pulling the Kauravas down. Karna, he promised not to kill any other Pandava except Arjuna. He gave that boon to Kunti. You just think about it. Each of them are having their own, what you call, restrictions. They have self-imposed on themselves. But in the case of Pandavas, everybody has a target. Drishtadyumna's target is Dronacharya. Shikandi's target is Bhishma. Satyaki's target is Bhurishrava. Arjun's target is Karna. Bhim has the highest number of targets, 100. All the sons of Dhritarashtra, Bhim has to kill.
Except Yuyutsu.
Huh?
Except Yuyutsu.
Of course Yuyutsu, except Yuyutsu. But actually Yuyutsu is not in the 100. Yuyutsu is extra. Because Yuyutsu is born to Dhritarashtra and a prostitute. Yuyutsu is not born through Gandhari. Yuyutsu is not a part of 100 children. So Bhim actually kills all 100. His asking rate was very high. But it was not a target set by Pandavas for him, it was a self-set target. Sahadev, Shakuni and his sons, and Nakul, Karna's sons, each of them have a target to meet. In Kaurava side, only Karna has one target. Nobody else has a target. Maybe Duryodhana has a target. Nobody else. So, important aspect is right team is made by selecting the right individuals and you give them the right target. If you don't give targets to your own team members, you won't tap their potential. And you should know that the targets must inspire them. Don't give target just for the sake of giving a target. Commitment. Kaurava's side, commitment was lacking tremendously. For success, commitment is very, very important, not just competency. This is proved very, very well here. Bhishma was very competent or not? But was he fully committed? Drona was the most competent person, but committed? Competency alone is not enough. In a team you have competent people, but you do not have committed people, you cannot achieve what you want. Lot of times people spend in training people to become more competent. But emotionally, do they commit to that work? How do you touch the emotional chord? A leader must know that. Then commitment comes. And if commitment comes, dedication, sacrifice, hard work, everything will follow. Only competence will not give that. Competent people may say 9 to 5 is my job, 5 o'clock I will go, bye, tata. Committed person will not say 9 to 5. Committed person will get the work done even if it is beyond 5. Bhishma, you just see, he gave away the secret of his own death. Drona indirectly gave away secret by saying that as long as he has a weapon, nobody can kill him, so disarm him. Karna, he did not kill Yudhishthira and Bhim when he got a chance. He gave away his kavach and his kundal prior to the war also. And Karna fled innumerous times from the war when he was hurt. He didn't save Dushasan when Bhim was killing him. You just think about it. Where is the commitment? Shalya kept on insulting Karna in the battle. But in Pandava's side, look at the commitment. Abhimanyu, 16-year-old person, so committed to the cause, he doesn't back out, saying that Chakravyuh is there and I don't know how to exit, so I'm not going to go. Risking his life, he just goes. That is commitment. Ghatotkacha, he knows that he has been called to die. Krishna tells him, you are the only one who can absorb the Shakti. But That is the commitment, saying, okay, for this I have to die, I will die. No problem. That is called commitment. Yudhishthir, he knew that he couldn't face Karna in the war, but he still went in and set the example. And again Yudhishthir said a half lie. And he faced the consequence of it also. He went to hell for that. But that's the commitment towards dharma, that if I have to go through pain, I will go through pain for a righteous cause. That is called commitment. And Krishna also took up arms, breaking his own individual oath. And that also to teach Bhishma, not for anything else. So commitment level is very high. So the interest of individuals should never exceed the team interest. And the best man for a job is not just the one with best capability, but also one with the greatest commitment. A leader must know how to make a team member committed, not just competent. Everywhere you will see that is a difficulty. In education you go, teachers may be competent, but commitment, the principals struggle with that commitment. In a company you will find managers struggling to get commitment of the team members. In a house you will find a mother will not get the commitment of their children to even do housework, simple small housework. How to create that commitment, how to inspire that emotional bond where the commitment comes automatically. Women empowerment. If you see, the Kaurava side is patriarchal structure. All decisions are made by the men. Women are not even asked. In Pandavas side, Kunti is the supreme head. If Kunti says share, finished they are. Kunti says you have to fight the war. Go fight the war. Draupadi has a big role in decision making. They consult Draupadi also. So women have a larger share to play, larger role to play in Pandava side, including Subhadra, Ulupi and Hidimba also. All of them, their sons give massive sacrifices for the whole Pandava cause. So women are the better half. Any team which doesn't have women is unbalanced. For the masculine traits of aggression and dominance should be balanced by feminine traits of harmony and sustenance. Very, very crucial. And lastly, the right managers. Krishna was the greatest strategist and crisis manager the world has seen. And Yudhishthir, he is a low-key strategist. Yudhishthir, we may think that he is a, bichara bhala admi. He is also very smart. It's not that he is some dumb person. What is his strategy? On the first day of the war, before the war begins, he goes to Bhishma and Drona and he bows down to them and he seeks the blessings from the elders. So actually speaking, he made a deal with them, wherein all of them agreed to help him and unfold the secret of defeating him. Because their heart is with him. And second, when he came back, he made the offer that anybody who wants to switch sides right now can switch. And who walks out from Kaurava side? Yuyutsu walks out, exposing that Kauravas are completely adharmic. And if one of the Kauravas, 101 Kauravas, one of them can walk out, what prevents others from walking out? Just imagine in your army, will there not be a doubt? Suddenly one guy walks out from your army and goes and joins the opposite army. And he is not an ordinary person, he is the prince. One of the 101. Full army will think or not, what is happening here? And it was a big tight slap on the face of Bhishma and Drona also. One more chance was given. Change sides. Yuyutsu walks out. Should Yuyutsu not be grateful to his parents? The same reason why Bhishma and Drona did not walk out was the reason why Yuyutsu walked out. He didn't bother about loyalty to his father and his brothers. Why? Because when dharma is at stake, all this doesn't count. So he walks out. That exposes the entire fallacy in thinking of Bhishma and Drona also, as well as everybody else who is fighting on that side. So know your enemies' weakness and exploit them. Take calculated risk. Inspire, invigorate, counsel your own team members in the moments of need. These are a few lessons to learn. Finally, what are the roots? Princes are brought up in comforts of the royal palace, Kauravas. They matured on romanticized ideals of power, fame, courage, valor, and they have no experience of ground reality. Hardships, struggles, difficulties, nothing, living in comfort zone happily. And Pandavas constantly struggling. Spent greater part of their lives in poverty, childhood in the Himalayan foothills, among the rishis, 1 year of exile among the poor people of the Kuru Panchal, then 12 years of Vanvas, and again 1 year of Ajnatvas. Look at the struggle. Between comfort and struggle, what should a leader choose? Struggle. Majority of the leaders will choose comfort. Nothing wrong with comfort by itself, but if comfort enslaves us and makes us drop struggle. At this moment, each of us can ask ourselves, is there something I am struggling against? What is it that I am struggling against right now, consciously, to overcome? Internally and externally. Am I struggling to get over anger, greed, lust, jealousy, fickleness, impulsiveness, any of these? Or am I just living life comfortably, eat, drink, be merry, get some education, get some cozy job, good fat pack salary check, enjoy life. That's it. No struggling life. If I don't have struggle in life, I am dead. Already. One very nice line I read somewhere. Natural resources get depleted when you consume them. But human resources get depleted when you don't consume them. So much potential in us. A struggle only will bring out our potential. So these are various aspects. Pandavas, they experienced a lot of ground realities. And they also included all the other types of people with them. They had Rakshasas, they had Gandharvas, they had Apsaras, Nagas, every type of species was with them fighting the war. So they brought together, they brought a sense of oneness and harmony. Hence, know the ground realities, know different ideologies, share with people, bring people together. So finally, when we have seen this entire Mahabharata war externally, we should also know that this Mahabharata war has an internal symbolism. And what is that? Who is Dhritarashtra? He is our own mind which is blindly attached to sense objects, to things. Our intellect is Gandhari, and this Gandhari can discriminate. But Gandhari chooses to blind herself. So many times our intellect voluntarily blinds itself because of the passions of the mind. It knows what is right, but it will not follow. It will cooperate with the mind. If the mind and intellect cooperate with each other for some lower purpose, then 101 negativities will be born together. Our thoughts will be negative. When the mindset is not to follow rationality, not to follow higher purpose, only live a life of indulgence, adharma, then negativities only will be born. This tendencies in us is the Kauravas, negatives. Pandavas will always be lesser than the Kauravas. Internally also, externally also. Externally, you will always find people who are selfish, corrupt, taking shortcuts. They will always be more. And people who are righteous will always be less. But these righteous will be more powerful. And these righteous forces must get together. So Pandavas are the noble thoughts that we have. Within us this battle is going on of Kurukshetra. And when these noble thoughts are accompanied by the Guru or by the Lord, when you surrender, then these noble thoughts always win. Even though they are lesser, they are more powerful, and surrender brings the force of the Lord with that, and they will always win. So in each of us, at any moment, this war goes on. Between the right and the wrong, dharma and adharma, selfishness, selflessness. How we fight this war, whether we want to choose the side of Kauravas or we want to choose the side of Pandavas, that is up to us. So this is the war happening inside us, and this is our recap, what we just did. These are all simple management lessons to learn. There are lots of them in Vidur Niti, in Shanti Parva. Bhishma is also telling to Yudhishthir, beautiful lessons in management. We'll take it up some other time. So that's where we come to a conclusion of this, the sessions formal. One very beautiful program that we do, I just want to share some aspects about that. Did you enjoy this camp? Yes. Just 2 days, no? Friday, Saturday and today Sunday. So much you learned in these 2 days. So much fun you had. So many team members you made. New people you met. Friends. All that. Every year we do a camp like this. We inspire the youngsters. And our objective is that when youngsters are empowered, nation gets empowered. So camp is one way by which we reach out to the youth. Another way which we reach out to the youth is through a program, a structured program, a postgraduate diploma in youth empowerment. The program is called YEP. This brochure has been given to you. It's a program for youngsters who want to empower themselves, make themselves strong, make themselves established in a higher purpose, invoke their potentials, explore things which they don't even have known about themselves. They wouldn't have known about themselves, that these are things that are lurking within them dormant, but they don't know. Lots of opportunities to manifest your potential, work hard and serve the society. Do something concrete for the country. There are enough people who go on saying enough things here, a country is going from bad to worse, this is happening, that is happening, moral values are breaking down. All kinds of things people can say. And we can criticize the country, we can criticize so many things, government and everything. But what do we do proactively towards that? Is there a chance for me to do something proactively for my country? This program is a 1-year program for that. 3 months you train yourself, empower yourself. 9 months you go out and empower others. And through empowering others also you empower yourself fully. Such students who go through this course are called Yuva Veers. Program is learn 3 months, serve 9 months, grow for life. So this is the 11th batch that we are going to conduct. 10 batches have come forward. These are youngsters who commit 1 year for the country. And the objective is selfless commitment and self-unfoldment through that commitment. What we just spoke about. Now, competency you can get outside world, easy. Skills you can develop. But commitment to bring about needs an emotional bond, needs conviction on selflessness and values, needs clarity of thinking. And all that will come when I am able to sit, introspect, study, spend time in solitude, do some dynamic activities, face my own fears, face my inhibitions. 3 months is a solid time. Imagine 2 days you have done this. Obviously the youth empowerment program is not an extended camp. It is much more than a camp, much more intense than a camp, much more reflective than a camp.